What up, what up, what up, everybody? It's what did it say? Wednesday the 4th, March 4th. Um, it is actually my dad's birthday today. um, we had a good week going so far. We're streaking pretty well. I already made my trades today. I actually had a couple of Zoom calls that I was on, and I had a phone call to make and had some other things going on. So I had to multitask and I already made my trades off script. So I'm sorry that I wasn't able to allow you guys to join me. Let's share my screen and get me the background. Happened quick. So got in a little spike up, then it went down, reverse. I kind of averaged back into the play, then it took off. Here's the play that I made, and I sold at 222. I saw 444 just a little bit ago. This 606 QQQ call, absolute banger that I did not get full profit on. And it happened kind of without me. Kind of. Was watching TXC. So QQQ had a little bit of a breakout. So what I had going on my chart that I kind of left over from yesterday is these two blue lines, a little light blue and the dark blue. And these are just kind of from previous points that have some multi-touch that I looked at on some longer trends to kind of see as like a magnet. And even though these are the direction was established from previous market levels, it kind of showed a magnet of where it wanted to go. And then I use this one kind of as a more recent. This is off the 45-minute candle. So you can see this was our Monday was the white. This green was yesterday. From the opening ranges, we did the 15-minute, obviously, for our opening ranges. This purple is last week's. Yeah, last week, Monday's range. And kind of looking like we're moving, trying to make a move all the way up there. It's kind of impressive. Wasn't anticipating that big of a move. There was some data came out today that was obviously a little bit more optimistic, and the market's reacting very nicely. Overnight, there was a huge drop off and sell off, and then mid morning, super early morning before open, they rebounded quickly. Market took off. So this green was yesterday's opening range, and that's where we broke above finally. Tuesday's range that it went down below, but we did not break above. Broke below briefly. So there was a little bit of a downplay yesterday. Oh, and I think I didn't actually show you guys exactly what happened yesterday. So let's go to my 1 week. Yesterday was actually pretty cool. So first things first, let's look at my history of what I did. I think I recapped the trades from yesterday. 21 hours ago, 22 hours ago, 23 hours ago, March 3rd, canceled, March 3rd. All right, March 3rd. So I bought the first one at 184, bought the second one at 182, third one at 171, and then I sold all three of them at 122. I believe that was 27% profit. Then later in the afternoon, I was kind of looking at the mid-morning kind of lull, waiting for the market to kind of get into the algorithm side where it doesn't have a direction. And I was like, right now it's floating around 600. It was right around 600, trying to go above, trying to go below, and make a move. And then I was looking at Max Payne, and if we come over here to Google, QQQ Max Payne today, options charts is who I like to use. And right now, today's Max Payne was 600, but yesterday it was 607. And so this updates every 15 minutes, and it's based on the puts, based on the calls. What price does it finish at? Where both sides, majority of them finish out of the money. This is where market makers make the most money because most options expire worthless. So current price 609, it's running, but yesterday this max pain level was 607. And so I got into and I waited for it to go up, and I got the put right here. The first one I got was the put at a dollar, $128.28, and then I waited for it to rebound. And technically, my put was in profit, and in hindsight, I wish I sold. But then I bought the call at 130. So combined investment was 258 for both. And so the goal is to sell them for a combined profit over that. So 258 or 260. 10% is $26. 20% would be $52. So the goal is to try to get it out for like 310 to make 20% profit combined if you add up the price is going into it. I kind of wish I would have held one side that was ultimately winning, but I got out at 0.91 on the put and 0.225, which is 316. So I ended up making actually 22% on that profit. And then my deposit cleared, and then I withdrew some money, and then all that stuff is whatever. So then today I grabbed 2 at 211 on the 606 call. And this was mostly looking at the fact that the market was up and sounded like there was some good momentum, and I wanted to buy into that momentum. But I also was anticipating a little bit of a pullback before the trigger up. So I got in at 193, 180, and one at 176. Sold all 5 of them for 222. I think my average was like 194, if I remember. Real quick. I wish I kept track of my profit for you guys. So we got 422 plus 193 plus 180 plus 176 divided by 5. 194 was my average. So 222 divided by 194. Oh, did I sell? That's only 14%. I sold way too early. Huh. Definitely botched that. Did I forget my? I guess I sold super early. Sold at 222. I thought I sold at 22%, but maybe I didn't. No, that would be 22%. Why did that not? That's not right. 22. Oh, no, that is right. I'm bad at I did wrong math. I only got 14%. So I definitely sold way too early. I don't know why my brain, I was at $1 and I sold it, $1.22. It should have sold at 244, which I almost was going to set it at. And then it kind of was bouncing back and forth. I mean, no, just take your profit. And of course, not only did I sell super early, capturing just 14% basically, now looking at it, it's over 5, so it's doubled from where I sold it at. So that's cool. Super sad. That would have been a big win. I did not see it going up to 610 like it is right now. The 608 call that I got, obviously, right now, these are worth an average of 510, which would have been a huge win if I would have held on to those even. It would have been more likely because I have that one expiring tomorrow. So that was unfortunate that I sold that one. This was a big win, and I sold way too early. As you can see, we spiked over 540. I sold down here. I could have got this one. I mean, I sold probably like here. It won't go all the way because it went to, I think it did go to 240. I saw 244, and then I sold at 222 here on the comeback, which immediately spiked up to 3 afterwards. And then shortly after was over 4 within a half hour, over 5, and now we're still climbing, and the price is at 610. So on the chart, if this breaks above 610, this is moving pretty strong. So yeah, this is making me very, very sad at my move today. So this was the opening range, was basically just above the white line, and then here was our lower range at the 602 level, close to previous day's close. Obviously nowhere near that. Broke through not only yesterday's level, which is the green one, but Monday's level, which is the white one, and running towards next week's level. So glad I got the quick win. Again, I was on a Zoom call doing it, so that's probably partly why I only did 15%. But it is what it is, and can't be mad at profit. So our TXC grid bots. Let's see if I've made any. I don't think I made any. I did. I already kind of cleared my arbitrage profits. Let's see if we got anything. No, I don't think. I don't think we have anything. Oh no, we did. $1.50. We did get some. So we got some arbitrage profits coming. 541, 550. So these are my two active ones. As you can see, if we can continue the last 2 days and fast forward to a fast forward over an entire year, we're gonna arbitrage and double our holding, making $1.50 every 2 days. 150% is gonna be nice. So we are cool with maximum fluctuation in the price and a lot of trades going on in this area. Totally fine with all those. On our manual, this is our trading bot. On our manual, we have a couple trade. We're placing some trades, trying to get some action above the 22 zone. I think I went into the 21 zone. This is kind of a 369 kind of profit point zone. Trading in a range. Trying to purchase. I have a lot of them purchased down here in this 19-cent range. So I'm trying to sell them all in the 21-cent, and just fill that order book so that buyers can come in and buy up this direction. So I don't know. I don't think any of those are mine. I think most of mine are all above 20. So we need some buys to come in and kick that off. Our Polar bot is going pretty well. Made $6.80 on Monday, $8.09 yesterday. In the current week profit, it is trading very well. Happy with this, not having to do nothing, and waiting for our live trades. Also, the fluctuations in Ethereum are good for these bots for them to make profit. It's currently up to 3.64% profit this week already. Raising that. Started at 1.22, and then yesterday was 2.44, or no, it was 3.44 is what it started, is what it finished at the end of yesterday. And we're already up to 3.64 this morning with about 6 hours to go. Again, this trades midnight to 2 p.m. on the West Coast time for me. So that is active for liquidity, and it's getting some losses right here. It doesn't do well with XRP, from what I've noticed. It loses a lot more on XRP than it wins. At least they're small. Losses. There's some wins. Ethereum's a win, but Bitcoin's a win. So nice seeing this actively trading and winning. I'd like to see this get over maybe around 4.4 would be cool to see. But we started this account about the same as my Robinhood. So 787.77 is what's in the active trading account. I think we started around 760 something. So this one's also gotten some bonuses. We bought, uh, what did I need to be? I think I only got these guys 500 and 220. I owe these guys a little bit from the manual order. So I'm counting these two bots as 720. And obviously they're going to have a hard time profiting against Polar and myself. I kind of have the big advantage by doing options, a little bit more high risk, high reward. I was glad to get the 14% today. I wish I would have got in the. I wish I would have gotten the 100%. Well, it would have been more than 100. I could have five at 194. I was just under $1,000. I could have easily been over $2,000 today. Would have been a big win. So unfortunate on that end, but nobody can complain with profit, right? And I took small profit because I did bad math and I was on Zoom call, not making any excuses. But this is looking like a pretty strong day in the market. Uh, there was the Korean market is having a hard time today. Let me see if I can get into that. Let's see if I can get into that. I was watching it a little bit. South Korea is having a very hard time. Korea stock market. I'm not the only one searching it because they are struggling. 2-day crash since 2008. Stock market plunges over potential Iran-related energy crisis. This is why they're having a hard time. They actually hit the circuit breaker yesterday. We'll look at it real quick. Down 12%. Do the 5-day. Massive sell-off right here. See the volume spike like crazy. That was huge. What is this? Mountain candle. So big gap, big gap. And this is the scary one. 11:40. Don't know what time zone, and maybe their time zone. But they close our GMT +9. I don't know if I can change. Let me see if I can change the time. No. Key events. So they are struggling over there. If we do the 1 month though, they were on a pretty good climb. 6 month running pretty strong. Since October. And what a fall. So they're having energy issues over there. Well, I think a lot of countries are going to have that, and a little bit scary watching the U.S. tech stocks rally really hard today. With that same principle, if you look at the last 6 months for QQQ, we could get rid of. Let's get rid of this line and clean this up a little bit. See that lines there. These white ones we don't need. Okay. Now that 617 line is a true one though. These broke, obviously, so we don't need those anymore. Clean this up. But this has kind of been a nice bottom support right here. But yeah, so let's keep an eye on this. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a pullback, but let's keep an eye on things. Another good win though. I am still beating the bots. Sorry I didn't have the active video up to go over this through and walk you guys through my process and my thought process of why I made the trade. But this is a good recap of the last 2 days. I am way ahead of the bots. kind of expected that, but they are steady. I'm obviously in a higher risk, higher reward. I'm catching those big rewards. We just got to miss the got to miss those big losses. Oh, excuse me. Got to miss those losses. So looking forward to this month. I'm kind of excited to see how all my accounts grow. I'm really excited, actually. I'm surprised others are not. The updates and stuff that we've kind of been hearing out of TXC, I'm excited for. I think actually there's a chance that this account um, might surprise my Polar and my options trading account because it wouldn't take much to get a big swing out of TXC, and might be percentage wise or might be profit wise. We'll see, but it's gonna rival the other one. So grid bots, AI bots, and Lonnie trading. We are trying to make money always possible, and I hope these are helpful for you guys. So you have the familiarity to make these choices yourself or participate at least a little bit and be comfortable in growing your wealth and managing your money. Um, and growing, because I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, just education. Just want to show you guys everything and make sure that you guys have a good source of knowledge. So catch you guys tomorrow on the next one, and I'll make sure I get the whole video of the trade to make sure we continue that. So have a good day, guys.